Having built the basic layout, we now need to address the issue of process. So far we've only dealt with products and resources. So to do this we use a different workbench, which is the WeldFastener workbench, which is part of the digital process for manufacturing set of tools provided in this particular product in Delmere, and we'll use the fastening process planner, which is loaded at the moment. The main thing that this allows us to do is to create a sequence, a process sequence. And to do this we can specify various activities that we can then link to various operational points on the product. So let's just quickly remind ourselves about the product. It's a vehicle monoside, and this right hand body side assembly has a number of parts: an A-pillar, a body side inner and a body side outer. So later on we're going to bring in some weld points which are associated with that geometry. But first let's specify the operation sequence. So in the activities list we can identify various tools. We're going to insert a station at some point because there are two stations within our model, and we are then able to load and unload, clamp and unclamp, and then do various particular types of, in this case, robotic welding tasks, a very common task, particularly in the automotive industry. There's adhesive sealant, arc welding, spot welding, and these all have predefined modules within Delmere. So we're going to create an activity to begin with. Let's call that Station 1. We simplify the wording a little bit, and we see that appearing between the start and stop locations in the tree. So there's our station, and in the station we need to insert some operations or activities. The first one we're going to insert is a clamping activity, not loading. This model is starting from the part already being loaded. So it's a clamping operation. Insert clamping, let's find it, there it is, insert clamping. And in the tree we can now see that within the station there is a hierarchy, and the first item in the subtree for the station 1 is this clamping activity, which we can, again, let's simplify the name of it. Clamping 1, OK, and we'll enter that. The rest of the process now is simply a bit more of the same, where we select objects, predefined activities, in this case spot welding, and we'll position it as the next activity, and we'll rename that. And this carries on through the rest of the process. There'll be clamping, spot welding, unloading, unclamping and then unloading, and then we'll move to Station 2 and insert some activities for Station 2. Okay, so there's unclamping, and finally there'll be unloading. We'll just change that name. BIW, by the way, if you're not aware of it, is body in white, which is the name given in the automotive industry for the processes associated with putting the metal parts together prior to being painted. So there's Station 2, we've inserted a Station 2 activity, and underneath that then, let's just change its name, and underneath that then we'll place some more operations. We'll need to load the part, and then we can clamp it and weld it. And I won't show all of this process because it's just more of the same. So we'll just show a couple of those: loading, okay, and then clamping, and then we'll stop at that point. Before we start programming the robot or assigning robot tasks to processes, the first thing we'll need to do is to put some detail about the tags into the graphics scene. So for this particular body assembly in Station 1, I'm going to select a particular group of the tag points. These are the points at which spot welding should take place. Now at the moment they only appear as simple crosses, which are difficult to see and also to identify. So we're going to show the fastener IDs so that we can then allocate specific IDs to specific operations and to specific robots. So I'm going to select welds numbers 1, 3 and 5 and then show their identities in the screen. We can see them here, they're currently selected. When I stop selecting them they'll go black text. We can see they're the three spot welding joints that we will need to position the robot on when we come to define the process, which we'll do in the next step.